Mall of America. It's home to world-class shopping, great dining, and amazing attractions and events. And these are our stories, presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism. Hey, Mall of America fans, we have a special birthday episode for you today. I'm Jill Renslow, your host, and I'm joined by my friends, Dan and SJ. We are going to have so much fun because today's episode is just a little bit different because it's a party. It is our birthday. We love our birthday. We just celebrated our 34th year of being open here in Minnesota. And if you have never been here, it is on August 11th. It is something that we take really serious. We love to celebrate. Our team members celebrate, our tenants celebrate, our guests celebrate. And somehow every year it feels like one big family party. So today we're putting away the interview format. Instead, we're going to celebrate 34 incredible years of memories, share a few behind the scenes stories, play a couple fun games. SJ and Dan are a little nervous about that. And maybe even look a little ahead of what's coming next. So are you guys ready?
I am nervous and I'm ready.
I am a little nervous as well, but so excited.
Yeah.
As soon as I talk about games, these guys are like, oh no, what is Jill got up her sleeve? Okay, so we're going to start right out of the gate. Birthday speed round. So don't overthink this. So first up, Dan, just answer what comes to mind.
Okay.
Favorite ride?
Log chute.
SJ, favorite place to grab a snack?
Ooh, Nordstrom E-Bar.
Okay, if you guys are not watching this, they're literally like staring and like focusing and like getting this. This is so funny. Okay, Dan, favorite holiday at MOA?
Every holiday, but I'm going to go with my in 2006 because we built something really big, but said I wouldn't talk about it, but it was amazing.
We told him he couldn't talk about the gingerbread house, and he's doing it incognito. I love it. SJ, favorite event?
Marshmallow comes to mind. I feel like it was just such a big hit. Was it last summer?
That was fun.
Yes,
people loved it.
We love that. Dan, favorite celebrity encounter?
Ooh, I've had so many here, and I'm going to say that my very favorite one was the Lennon sisters from the old Lawrence Welk show.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. I had a long story with them, and they were just awesome. Or Jojo Siwa, who I also love.
That's great. SJ, last one. Favorite store, past or present?
I love Aritzia. Big Aritzia gal. I feel like it's one of my favorite. There's so many, Jill. This is so hard, but Aritzia came to mind first.
I know. And when I think about past stores, we've had so many favorites. And I always default to FAO Schwartz. That was because growing up here, like it was just so fun and nostalgic to just have that. You just got immersed in it. So that was my favorite.
And I also loved Oshman Super Sports was amazing. But then the Disney store and the Universal, was it Universal? No,
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers stores.
There's
Do you
a big
remember
Bugs
that?
Bunny outside.
Yes, both of those. They were among my favorites.
We've had so many. And I know whenever we put social content out there for our birthdays, everybody reminisces about all their favorite brands that have been here. And it's changed so much, but that's why we are who we are. It's constantly changing. Okay, so finish this sentence. Dan, you get to start first. Mall of America is?
Amazing.
We can do both. Go ahead. We can all add these to the list.
Fun.
For you.
Full of memories. That the craziest thing I've ever seen at MOA is. Where do we start?
Jill, that is such a hard question. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've seen such crazy things. Okay, I'm going to go kind of generic, but like Black Friday morning, people running in is insane. It is the energy, the excitement, but it does, you see people do some interesting components when they come in.
I would agree.
I've seen so many crazy things too. Sumo wrestlers and water skiing squirrels and elephants and horses and but I'm going to say brides in bridal gowns beating each other in a ring.
I was just going to say the weddings. We've had so many fun weddings because they've always been like a unique stunt of some sort, whether they're on a roller coaster or they were out in the ice castles. Or we've had really fun weddings here. But I'd also say just the most recent Ryan meetup.
Yes.
So that was a little crazy. We had over 1,000 Ryans together in the Rotunda. It was fantastic.
No Bryans.
I love it. Okay, one thing guests don't realize is
how much takes place behind the scenes and how many people it takes to keep this place working seamlessly. We have an underground city here, and there's so many people that work behind the scenes to make your experience amazing, and people don't realize that.
I think it's even just the number of people. We talk about 32 million people a year, but when you're in this space, 5.5 million square feet, like you can spread out.
Yeah.
So when you're here, it doesn't feel sometimes as busy as the numbers portray, but I think that that's always a wow moment for people when they realize, okay, there were like 100,000 people here today, and I was shopping and
Another
Don't
day
tell
at
your
the
friends.
mall.
Yeah. SJ, anything you can think of?
I was going to say, just to capitalize on what Dan said, but that everyone who does work here, the whole goal is the same thing, which is to make sure your experience is amazing. So it's like it takes everyone to do so, but the goal is always about the guest, which I don't think people realize or think about when they come here.
One word to describe birthday week. Fun.
I was gonna say, well, excitement. I feel like it like generates that nostalgia and excitement that it's like it's another year, it's another opportunity to celebrate how amazing we are.
Festive.
Ooh.
I'd also add tradition. We have so many shoppers, fans, guests that come every year on our birthday
Yes.
because
do.
it's become a tradition, and we love that. We love that. And next year is a big one.
It's gonna be big. I
Hint,
love it.
hint, hint, hint. Okay, the best part of working here is
The people.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Connections, which goes with people, and it's connections with team members, but it's more than that. It's connections with our guests, because some of my most meaningful moments at Mall of America have been random connections with our guests, and they are just amazing, and they're from everywhere.
I feel like, and people don't realize Dan walks around and gets coffee in the morning and approaches people. You have such good connections with people and stories just by actually approaching them and asking them about their day and what they're here for.
I do.
Which I need to do.
On Monday of this week with the helmets out front, I went out there and I met families from South Dakota and Nebraska and Wisconsin, and and they had me in their family photos.
I love that.
You
So you
need
said
people to send
helmets. So
them.
fans, we have the NFL helmets that are Pepsi sponsored, and we have them every year this time of year, training camps in place. And people love to take photos. And we obviously encourage people to go behind the Vikings helmet, of course.
Was it
but
wrong that I heckled the Packers fans?
Not at all.
Okay.
Heckle them. Although they do love to shop here. So
They do.
We do welcome
do need
everyone,
them.
even if they're wearing green and gold. But that's okay. That's okay. If these walls could talk, what would they say?
I think that the walls would talk about how people's lives have changed here. And I'm thinking more team members. We've had a lot of team members with a lot of longevity who have grown up with this building. And I think the walls would like to tell their stories.
There's so many stories.
Yeah.
And just like you're saying, like people's journey here and their career paths and it's all the experiences. And it's just, even when you come here at night, I mean, we've had the joy of being able to be overnight, and it's a whole new place. It comes
It's
to life
different.
at night to reset for the day, for the next morning. And back to your point of like, people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. Like when you see what happens overnight, it's the stores doing their inventory, replenishing for the day, our housekeeping team's cleaning, everything getting
everyone.
reset for a fresh new day, which is always exciting to see.
I was going to say generations, if you don't mind, like me adding on to that. I feel like the walls would talk about like the familial, Jill, you already alluded to like traditions. We get so many people who have been here on the day it opened, but now they're bringing their kids and their grandkids.
Yes.
And I feel like it's just such a beautiful part of who we are, is that people really value that about us, which I think is beautiful.
Well, all three of us have been here for several years.
A few.
Can you guys remember back to your first day and what it was like? I feel like everybody has their first
do.
day story.
Go ahead.
SJ, what was yours?
Dan, I feel like I've heard yours numerous times, and I think ours is similar. I started on holiday launch in 2018, so November 5th was my first day. And I was like, what is this? Where am I? It was amazing. I feel like the energy was high. Everyone was excited. The property had flipped over to all things holiday. So I feel like it really, to start during holiday, I feel like is such an amazing opportunity that I didn't realize at the time. It just happened to be that way. But to see the excitement and the effort and energy that goes into creating those memories and moments was exciting for me as a professional and a person, but also exciting to witness the guest interaction too, starting on that day. And I feel like yours is the similar?
Well, it is really similar. I actually visited the first time the week the mall opened. I was not here opening day, but I came in the week that it opened with my son, who was 7 at the time. And I remember, first of all, just being overwhelmed by the traffic and coming in on the ramps, because it was big and massive, right? And then finding a parking place in one of the ramps and being the first time visitor, not knowing where I'm going. But the thing that I really remember more than anything was walking into what was then Camp Snoopy with Bryce when he was 7, and we were both, our eyes were wide open, and he was so excited. He had 2 favorite things that he loved to do back then. One was, do you remember we had the squirt gun things in the middle of the big water fountain and stuff? Oh, he had to do that. That was he loved doing that. And he loved also the gold mine. You could mine for gold in old Camp Snoopy. And he thought he found a gold nugget. So he thought we were
Struck it rich.
right? And then we took a ride on the log chute that very first visit, and I have that photo in my office.
And I love that photo.
Which is
Because it
awesome.
reminds you of where it all started. And I think that we all have stories. And even if it's not the specific first day, because I remember the first week that I started in events. And Chris Segla, who's with us still on our team, she was our events manager at the time, and she had 2 big events that she let me help out with right out of the gate. It was Shania Twain on the Lego Bridge, and then we had a gigantic scream. She was doing a CD release at that time, so she was performing on the bridge. Simultaneously, we had Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the NASCAR Silicon Motor Speedway.
I remember that.
And so we were opening up that attraction. And so we were jumping back and forth. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, this is fantastic. We have a race car legend.
Yes.
We have a country legend at the same time. And then the next day or the day before, they had an underwear model search in the rotunda. And it was for, at that time, structure. But now it's Express Men. But I was, I'm in my early 20s. I'm like, this job is amazing. I'm like, I get entertainment. I get all this stuff. Like, this is fantastic. So, yes,
You're going to do everything when you join the Mall of America team.
100% underwear models.
This was fun. No, but there's so much fun. And so I'd say, what surprised you most in your role here, or what you've experienced over the years?
What surprised me most was I was overwhelmed when I first started. I came from a nursing home, and I was
a little different.
And I was thinking, I can't do this, right? Was the teamwork and how people were willing to and happy to help you and mentor you and encourage you to move forward. It was a different kind of a team philosophy for me, so that was for me amazing. But the other thing that surprised me about Mall of America that still holds true right now is the encouragement to try new things. Just do it. Let's give it a shot. What the heck, right? And we'll learn from it. So that's been the best thing for me.
I was going to just add on as collaboration comes to mind. Everyone collaborates. Not one person does anything by themselves in a silo. You need everyone to participate, whether that's people in the corporate office or people on the grounds crew. I mean, everyone has to bring it to life together, which I think is a really beautiful aspect of who we are. But I don't think other organizations do it like we do in that capacity. I mean, it is so tangible, which is so fun. So that shocked me.
How about you?
I think it's the pace at how we just move so quickly. But the ability to do that, because there's so many organizations that have layers of red tape and decision makers, and knowing that when we have an idea and we're behind it 100%, like, go, like, do it yesterday. We're ready to go. And so to be able to move so quickly has been a blessing and a curse. It's just because you never have downtime, because we're constantly working on what's next. But I also just love that. And I feel like people that want that type of energy and that environment to work in, it's awesome. It's not for everybody, because it can drive you absolutely insane and stress, but it's so much fun.
It is.
But I've heard from so many of our team members, people when they join the team, that's one of the first things they say is,
oh my goodness,
how do I catch my breath? You guys do so much stuff, right? And luckily, most of the people love it.
Yeah. I think that's why we have such longevity, truly. I mean, our office, I don't think people realize that about them all. So many people have been here for so long. And honestly, since inception, but that is because we have variety and we keep it fresh all the time. So we all want to keep coming back day after day, which is amazing.
I also think, and I say this all the time, that what makes it really special here is we're actually able to see every single day the joy that is on our guests' faces and what we're able to create. And there's not a lot of brands or organizations that you can see actually what you do, what that result is, and it is contagious. Like, when we make people smile and laugh and scream on rides and all the fun things, like, we helped make that possible, and they're making memories here and we're impacting that. It's pretty awesome.
It is amazing. We get to every day walk out and interact with our guests and be out there and see that. And a lot of jobs you don't, right? They're stuck in an office and they don't see the end result. It's fun.
It is.
So what made you realize this place was unlike anywhere else?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Honestly, the retailtainment. This is my favorite term that I feel like I've learned over the last couple of years, but I did not understand the scope and breadth of what retailtainment is and what it means to a guest. And I feel like we do it like nobody else. And we honestly paved the way for what retailtainment is. And for those that aren't familiar, it's how do you blend the two? So retail as a destination is a huge piece of who we are, our brands and our tenants here, but it's also blending it with the other touch point of having celebrities and those other touch points that just create a bigger experience. And we do it like no one else. else.
I agree. And it's the experience for me, from a guest perspective, and what surprised me about this place is even before I worked here was some of the experiences I had out here as a guest. And I've talked about it before. Like there was one where one of the country visits was Iceland and they had a big display and I just wanted to go see the Blue Lagoon. But there was another one where they did sand art and stuff. I've never seen stuff like that before. And they immersed me into different ways of thinking and different cultures and opened up to new adventures.
I mean, SJ, you already said about retailtainment, but I think it's just all the fact that it's not about shopping or only about shopping, even though mall is in our name. It is truly about milestones. It's about people getting engaged here, people celebrating birthdays here, people having family reunions, bringing their kids, and then years later, those kids bringing their kids, the generational connection. So very few places become part of people's lives and stories like Mall of America does. So let's talk about some of those memorable moments. Who is the biggest celebrity that you guys can remember or that you were excited to meet or watch perform or sign autographs?
I've referenced this before, but I didn't realize when I had volunteered to participate in the Cat's Eye event a couple of years ago. It was our first time that we've had them here, and we've had them since again. But I did not understand the scale of who they were at that time to the audience that came in.
I don't think any of us did.
Oh my gosh, no. You guys, I was like, what is happening? I mean, thousands of people poured in, but it was fascinating to watch an up-and-coming celebrity or group of celebrities, because that's what they are now. They have won Grammys. They are participating at scale. I mean, that was the first big one for me where I was like, oh, wow, like you are going to be something huge. And they are. I mean, they are an international group.
I know. Go ahead, Dan.
I've had so many celebrity interactions here. The thing that kind of saddens me a bit is that I rarely know who they are before they come, right? Because I'm not into the pop culture kind of thing. But like when the cast from Glee or the cast from Twilight, or I knew who Zac Efron was. But a lot of these people come in and I have no clue. And One Direction, right? I don't know who these people are, but I'm there working with them and going like, and then later I realize, oh my gosh, it's cool.
But I mean, think of some of the names from Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Taylor Swift, Garth Brooks, Shania Twain, like I said before. I mean, there's been so many. And it's just, you look back, and to your point, some of them were on the upswing when they came and then they became big. But also it's like some of those iconics, like Kevin Bacon was one of my favorites because I was growing up with Kevin Bacon and watching Footloose, and it was so cool to meet him. Kevin James and Kevin Hart. And there's been
all the Kevins have been
all
here.
The Kevins.
Every Kevin's been here.
Maybe we should do a Kevin meetup.
There we go.
We had the Ryan meetup. We need a Kevin. It's 6 degrees away from Kevin.
One of my favorites was when I didn't really get to meet him, but I stood right next to him in a dark theater, was Carrie Elways from The Princess Bride. If you remember, he did an event, and we were running the theaters at the time, and one of my favorite movies of all time, right? And I remember he was going to talk to the audience or something, so I was standing at the back of the theater, and then all of a sudden, I can sense someone standing next to me, and I look, and it's like, there he is, a movie star.
We've had a couple of those surprise appearances in the theaters. Remember when Jason Segel was there? He showed up for, it was something with the Muppets, wasn't it?
It was the Muppets. And Jason Segel, awesome guy.
He was really, really cool.
Nice person.
Yep, and we had Woody Harrelson here for filming. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen was one of my first projects that I worked on for their mall party video. But there's been so many. And that's, I mean, we've had so much star power here. And I think that's really special, where we've kind of self-proclaimed that we're the Hollywood of the Midwest.
We are.
And it's super cool because now when these artists are coming in the marketplace with all the fabulous venues that we have in the Twin Cities, oftentimes they're coming here to just have a little fun with their families. And so we get a chance to do a little behind the scenes with them as well, or bring them forward like we had with, why am I totally blanking out, Lego. Ed Sheeran. Yes. And I was going to say Shawn Mendes, but he was here too.
He was here too,
Yeah, I mean, there's just, it's so much fun. So
can I just add in really quick too, because we just had Hilary Duff here, and I didn't realize that she came in with her family as well. And to Jill's point, we always joke about it the weekend after or the day after. Everyone's like, did you know that this person came in this weekend with their family? And everyone's like, oh my God, I should have been there. But she's just the latest and greatest. I mean, same thing with Usher. Usher was here recently too. It's so fun to hear about the different ones. It is really fun.
So how about the biggest crowd that you guys can remember? Because Cat's Eye was definitely a huge crowd.
Ooh, that was big.
I remember back in the day when I started in events, that the second time NSYNC was here, it was absolutely bananas. There were people in the rotunda that were all levels, but it went all the way back on all angles. Like it was just a sea of people. And that was probably one of the biggest crowds I remember.
We've had tons of big crowds. The two that I remember being here for were when the Jonas Brothers were here and they performed on the bridge.
Yep.
That was really big.
Lego.
And then when Zac Efron launched his movie Charlie St. Cloud, I just remember it being so loud. My ears hurt so bad.
Yes. It was kind of crazy. Anything else, SJ?
I was going to say Cat's Eye. I mean, it was like, I think we quoted about 8,000 people here. It was bananas. I mean, to Jill's point, and the way that you're describing it, it went all ways around the rotunda.
Yep.
Amazing.
How about biggest surprise?
For me, it's having the ability to see behind the scenes. So to learn how the rides operate, to learn we have an underground area where a lot of operations take place. Having that insider look that I couldn't believe how much takes place there. For me, that was the biggest surprise.
Unique talent of all of our teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
amazing.
Our ride engineering teams, they have done unbelievable things with the rides. I mean, the safety checks and just the additional levels of parameters that they put on these rides that they actually educate sometimes the manufacturers on them. It's fascinating.
I was going to say the same thing, the teams and the build outs to do things. I just don't think people realize. So it's like when you come in and you see an art installer, you see certain things around the mall that you're like, how did that get there? That was a full team that had to do it.
Yep.
And it is amazing to watch them and, to your point, learn from them of like, what are the processes to do so? I think that's been my educational piece as a professional. It's like, oh, I want to bring something to the mall. I have to work with all of these teams to do it. And here's what has to take place to get it approved.
Okay, a quick segment, this or that. So Dan, Nickelodeon Universe or Sea Life?
Nickelodeon Universe.
SJ, holiday season or summer?
Jill, that's such a hard one. Oh, I'm so biased. I love the summer.
Okay. Dan, roller coaster rides or shop all day?
Roller coaster rides. That's an easy one.
This is a good one for SJ because I know how Dan would answer this. State Fair or Mall of America Birthday?
Jill, it's also so.
I know.
Be careful.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna go. Can I say both? Can I say birthday first?
It's this
But I also love
This or that?
Okay, birthday.
Birthday, thank you.
Yeah.
Morning mall or closing time mall?
Morning mall for me.
Okay, SJ, new attraction or new retailer?
Retailer. I'm a shopaholic, so I feel like I'm always on the retail
We're like
side.
night and day here. We're like night and day.
Complimentary.
So there are a lot of malls. There's a lot of attractions. There's a lot of shopping centers. But somehow people have an emotional connection to this place. Dan, why?
I'm going to go back to what SJ said earlier is people and the generations. I think people come back for repeat visits and it becomes part of their tradition and part of their family tradition.
To not get into like too much marketing, but like variety. I think we are just such a different destination. We talk to retailtainment, but we also just have more. You could truly do anything you want here, and that's what really sets us apart.
I think it's because people don't always remember what they purchased, but they do remember who they were with.
Yes.
And I think it goes back to those traditions, those memories, and it's about those stories that we can tell time and time again. Okay, so if we're sitting here 1 year from today, 35th birthday, what do you hope we're talking about?
I hope we're talking about a giant cupcake.
Oh my.
I don't know what I thought you were going to say, but that was not it. I hope we're talking about a celebrity appearance. I feel like we've talked so much about the history of what that is, and I think that has potential.
A celebrity eating a giant cupcake.
That also has
So
has
you
legs.
can probably anticipate we're going to have some big things happening. We're going to lean into the number 35 with giveaways and community engagement and performances and events. We're going to be collaborating with some really cool brands. So you're going to have to wait and see what that looks like. But we'll be kicking it off early next year. We're not going to wait till August 11th to celebrate. We're going to be celebrating all year long. Definitely stay in store. So I'm really excited for us to be able to be right in the middle of it next year at this time because we're just going to celebrate and we're going to bring our guests along for the ride and the tenants and our partners and just all our fans.
Ironically, next year's my 35th as well.
So you're so funny,
Who would've
Dan.
known?
That's funny. It's my 35th as well.
I'm guessing she's telling the truth.
It actually is. So the same year of our birthday is my birthday.
Awesome.
So I am the same age as them all. And so every
okay,
single
never
time.
knew that.
So I always
awesome.
hit mine first and then our birthday comes second. So I always know how old I am based on the mall.
It'll be becoming very helpful as you get older. So you're catching up to Dan and I. This is great to hear. This is great to hear. Well, 34 years ago, people walked through our doors wondering if this place would ever become what it is today. But millions and millions of people have visited. And we know the answer. It's because it has become part of people's lives. It's where first dates have happened. It's where families celebrated birthdays, where grandparents bring grandkids, and where kids rode their very first roller coaster, where lifelong traditions began, and that's something pretty special. So whether you're here visiting once or 100 times, thank you for making Mall of America part of your story. So happy birthday to Mall of America, and thanks for listening. And before we sign off, I'm going to have SJ, Dan, and myself provide one birthday wish, not for yourself, but for Mall of America. What would your wish be? Dan?
My wish is that the mall continues to grow and thrive and welcome even more guests.
SJ?
I think mine would be to continue to create joy and love moments. We talk love moments all the time. I hope that continues on.
Yeah. And my wish is for us to continue to be a leader in the space, to continue to innovate, bring new and exciting things to our guests, because that's what's expected, to continue to entertain and drive memories for families each and every day. So here's to another year of celebrating and creating memories. Happy birthday, Mall of America. To all of you listening and watching, we appreciate your support and celebrate with us each and every year, and looking forward to next year's Big 35. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of So Much More. We'll see you soon. Thanks for listening to So Much More, a Mall of America podcast. Subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcasts. This show is presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism.